As a record numbers of book bans have swept the nation, some states have been fighting back. In June, Illinois became the first state to ban book bans. Similar legislation has been introduced in New Jersey. And last month, California enacted a law preventing school boards from banning books based on racial or LGBTQ topics. According to PEN America, across the country, school book bans increased by 33% in the last school year. Of the more than 3,300 book bans, more than 2/3 came from just 8 states: Missouri, Utah, Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia, Oklahoma, and West Virginia, and of course, Florida. In fact, more than 40% of all book bans nationally occurred in districts in Florida. PEN America plans to open a center in Florida before the end of the year to fight back. 24 blockbuster authors have lent their support to help accelerate the effort. Among them is Nikki Grimes, best-selling poet and author of books for children and young adults, and a member of the Black Authors Hall of Fame. And Nikki Grimes joins me now. Thank you so much for being here. It's an honor. Let's talk about the PEN Miami, Florida Center. I know $3 million have been raised for it. What will it do?
Well, it will allow them to mobilize people on the ground. They'll be able to connect with other organizations involved in this work. Because while there are so many book bans coming out of Florida, the truth of the matter is the majority are opposed to these bans. And so by being in the lion's den, as it were, PEN will have an opportunity to help mobilize those on the ground who aren't aware of exactly how to go about fighting these bans.
Well, let me just put up a map. And this is sort of where school book bans have happened by state. And of course, the darkest red is where the most book bans have happened. That is, of course, Florida. Texas is not far behind. It has been a red state phenomenon. But what have you made of the blue state pushback? Because you are seeing states like Illinois, New Jersey, and California push back. Are we moving to two Americas when it comes to children's right to read, just as we are moving to two Americas when it comes to women's rights over their own bodies?
I certainly don't hope so. I mean, that's what it looks like at this point. But that's why it's an all hands on deck kind of situation right now, where across the country we need to be fighting back to put a stop to these
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
bans. No, that's fine.
I apologize for that. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Let me just put up a note of the most banned books, because we know Toni Morrison always appears on this list. Another book, Genderqueer, appears a lot. And it is notable that most of the books that are banned have to do with either race or gender, and LGBTQ books are really starting to pick up steam as the thing most banned. What do you make of these people's fear of children reading? You know, your books have been banned as well. A Texas lawmaker put your book among 850 books, which is your memoir, Ordinary Hazards, targeted in Texas because they said these books might make students feel uneasy. I thought just being a kid makes kids feel uneasy, but your thoughts.
I don't know, especially disturbing to me are the number of memoirs that are on these lists. So what is the message here? We're going to disallow the true life stories of authors. To what end? I mean, we write these books in order to help readers understand that they are not all alone in the world. Yes. In order to plant seeds of empathy and compassion. And the books are having that kind of effect. And so we want to continue to be able to do that. I get letters from readers all the time. One who wrote from Holland, Pennsylvania, thanking me for Bronx Masquerade, which taught him that no matter how even though we look different on the outside, we're all pretty much the same on the inside. Isn't that a lesson we want all readers to learn across the country, no matter what color they are? It's just preposterous that these books are being removed from the shelves where they belong, school library, public library shelves, and not only removed from young readers, but they're being removed, period. That means adults don't have access to them either. All hands on deck, as I said, across the country.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the presumption that these book banners are making is that reading books about LGBTQ people will make the kids LGBTQ, rather than the reverse, which is that LGBTQ kids read the books and feel like they're not alone, right? I mean, they're already LGBTQ. It's not the book that did it, you know, but they have this fear that reading about race will make white kids sad. Go ahead.
And if they're not LGBTQ and they read these books, then they have an opportunity to develop empathy.
Yes.
Something sorely lacking in our society these days. And so they, in a sense, they need the books even more.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, because empathy is definitely short there. I'm going to put up your books specifically that have been banned and pulled 4 times between 2021 and 2023 in Florida and Texas. The books are Make Way for Damond Daniel and Ordinary Hazards, which is, of course, your memoir, and also pulled from the curriculum was the book you just mentioned, Bronx Masquerade. Why did you become a writer?
Oh, my gosh. Because when I was young, I needed these books. I didn't plan actually to be a children's author, as a matter of fact. I planned to write the great American novel, but I did have a story or two for young readers. And once I got started, I just kept going because I kept having another idea and another idea. And it became so satisfying for me to be able to help readers like I was to find themselves, to see themselves in the pages of a book, and to find out about worlds other than their own, to have an opportunity to, as I said, develop compassion and empathy and come together. And yeah, how could I not want to do that? I've had teachers tell me that Bronx Masquerade in particular has changed the culture of their classroom, has allowed their students from different backgrounds to come together in a way that they hadn't before. And so whole classes, whole schools are reading these books and asking for more. These are not books that you want to pull off of the shelves. Quite
Amen to that. Well, thank you for all that you do. You've helped so many young people, and we are going to fight for the right to read. We believe in that very much on this show. We are readers on this show, so I appreciate you. It's been such an honor to talk with you, Nikki Grimes. Thank you very much for all that you do.
Thank you. Thank you, Penn, for all you do.
Yes, amen. Amen. And for more information about PEN America's Florida Center, you can visit pen.org/stand with the band. Love that.